Hello, welcome to GI Reviews. I am the Ruckus, and today we're going to try something a little bit different. We're going to do a twofer. That's right, two figs for the price of one. A whole bunch of product has just been coming out from all different lines. G.I. Joe figures, classified figures after classified figures have just been rolling out. I'm happy for that. I think my theory last year when the His Tank was announced and they told us that two of the figures in that assortment, in that set, after it had finally gotten funded and everything unlocked, were going to have the numbers 100 and 101. And at the time when they made that announcement, they were only in the 60s, I think like 64 or something like that. And I remember telling other people, they've got almost 40 slots that they have to get filled in between now and next year. And that was when we thought we were getting the His Tank in the fall. Meaning, originally we probably would have gotten it by now until they pushed it to the end of the year. I'm doing quotation marks there. But they seem to be carrying out that plan of filling all those gaps because we have got several. We're in the 80s. We actually have a 92. I believe that's Desert Commando Snake Eyes is numbered 92. I know we've got a 92 somewhere, for sure. I have it, so that's why that number's sticking in my head. Anyway, I figured in order to play catch up, while the newer figures are still relevant, because let's face it, you guys have ADHD. If it ain't new, you're not interested, and I don't have enough viewership as it is. So if I wait too long, I'll get next to no views on my videos, so I've got to try to speed up the process any way I can. On that note, too, like the video while you're here. You could wait to the end, just stick around to see if you actually like it, but like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. Anyway, what we have here for today, our twofer, consists of Firefly and Lowlight. This is pretty good. I wanted to do a good guy, bad guy. I'm going to try, when I do these twofers, I'm going to hope for a good guy, bad guy as best I can. It may not always come out that way, but to get us kicked off, we're doing it like that. We've got Firefly, who's number 84, and we've got Lowlight, which is number 86. I'm still trying to maintain the same opening format of having their packaging being shown, as well to our immediate left, the artwork that's in the casing that the figure itself came in, and then on our right, the respective packaging right, their foot lockers with their name. Yeah, that's how it goes down. And we're going to see how this works for us. Like I said, the respective packaging's 84 and 86. Firefly's 84, Lowlight is 86. You got some of that artwork in color that is mirrored, not mirrored, but duplicated in the packaging is black and white. Same old on the other side as we've been doing. You've got the little images of the figures, their respective numbers, that worthless QR code, and of course their specialty icon. And then of course we have the back. It shows the sketches of the figures. We get measurements of their respective heights. They're both coming in at 6.3 inches. To our right, their immediate left, you see their loadouts. And then of course you have to our right, their left, you have little images. It shows the head sculpt of Firefly and his Cobra insignia. On Lowlight, it shows his goggles, him wearing his goggles, and his backpack. It appears to be showing, or is that his chest? No, not his backpack. That is his actual chest there. So yeah, I had to do a double take. My bad, guys. But that's what it's looking like. Now that we're back to the front, we can address that we've got the action figure photography going on with Firefly, both Firefly and Lowlight. Firefly is off the chain, as you see that behind him is things are on fire, so you know he's been doing his thing. And Lowlight is being stealthy. He's either being stalked by the enemy or he's trying to infiltrate the enemy. Either way, he's, you know what I'm saying, he's trying to be sneaky about it. To our immediate rights on both packaging, you have artwork of Firefly and of Lowlight. And then, of course, the banner that goes across diagonal at the top shows their loadout. And Firefly in particular's loadout is very impressive. And here are the figures themselves standing in front of their respective packaging. On our left, we have Firefly, and on our right, we have Lowlight, and they are all fully loaded out. And I can tell you that we'll start with Lowlight in particular, that you know I've got this thing about being self-sufficient and able to self-store all of their gear. And technically, Lowlight does just that. His smaller weapon he can carry on his backpack, and of course he has the we'll call it the suitcase for his sniper weapon that he's holding on to there. So yeah, pretty nice as far as Firefly is concerned. He can actually carry his remote control vehicle on his person. His mines, which he can carry them on his backpack, and his other weapon, his sidearm, is in his holster, and of course he's wearing his headgear above his head. Turn to the back so you can see what I'm talking about. You see that he's carrying his remote controlled vehicle is down below. He could actually carry his weapon on his backpack. There's a peg for that too. So yeah, loving it with the being self-sufficient. I don't think the one thing he doesn't have a place for is the remote detonator or remote control, whatever you're going to use it for, detonator for the mines, or it's the remote control for the vehicle. He carries that in his hand. Looking at Firefly first, he's mostly in gray, and he's got camo, darker gray to give off that appearance there. And like I said, to everybody that he's basically fully loaded out. It's very nice. He's got his weapon in hand. The clip is already in. His knife is right there, as you can see. He's holding his detonator. He's got his night goggles, infrared, and whatever the color is supposed to be. I know it's the two. There's a dot in the middle that's red, and then his left lens is red. And well, he's got infrared and he's got night vision. That's what it is, combo. So I guess he switches back and forth. And then turning him to the rear, he's got his backpack that's filled with all kinds of goodies in there. I see a grenade. I see a few different kinds of grenades and some remote control devices in there. Try to move it up close so you could see it better. And of course you see hanging at the bottom there is the remote control vehicle that he can set. There's the peg, if you see that right there, where he can actually house his weapon and carry it that way if he so chose. So yeah, pretty self-sufficient. He's got all of the articulation that we know G.I. Joe to have, the ball waist joints as well as the ab crunches. He's totally pinless, which is cool. His head is on a dumbbell and the neck as well, independent. And the one thing we will do, I have to do because that's just my thing. That's gonna, we're gonna try to make that. That's what we're known for here on GI Reviews, is the clap test because of the butterfly joints. We know that Classified, their figures all come with butterfly joints. So we want to see how far back they can draw, which is pretty decent on Firefly. And the clap test, as we like to call it, we'll see how far you can get him in. Now he's got that harness on. They almost all of them have harnesses, so you'll never get them to clap, probably even without the harness, but it's definitely problematic when they're wearing harnesses. But this is the closest he can get. So that's pretty good for, doing the forward shooting type thing. So we do have that. So that's pretty cool right there. Here's both Fireflies. We've got on our left our current one, number 84, and then on our right we have the first Firefly to come out. That was a Target exclusive mission, Cobra Island. So it was, you could only get this version of Firefly through Target at the time, and it was for Mission Cobra Island, but the thing was, it really wasn't accurate to what most G.I. Joe enthusiasts remember Firefly to be. It was modified, so to speak, for the Cobra Island. And then also back then, let's keep it a stack, back then in the initial stages, the initial year of Classified series, the biggest complaint that people had was that the figures weren't accurate, primarily, secondarily. A lot of them, especially in regards to the Joes themselves, were more futuristic. The weapons were futuristic. I don't know if Hasbro was trying to adhere to, perceived guidelines. They didn't want to cross boundaries, because these are toys. And then, but the people spoke. The real fans spoke out. They want their Joes. They want their Joes accurate. And we've been getting it that way. We've been getting realistic weapons, and we've been getting accurate portrayals of the characters. So you gotta love that. Next up, take a look here at Lowlight, and pretty nice figure. The first thing I want to address is, like I say, when I display them for you guys initially, I've gotten into the habit of having them fully loaded out, simply to curiosity. I know I'm not the only one that's interested in knowing if these figures can carry all of their accessories on their person, within reason. You're not going to expect a figure that has an extra head sculpt, which is rare with Classified. Big Ben had a head sculpt, an additional head sculpt. You don't expect them to be able to carry those. That doesn't make sense. But in terms of their gear, we like to know if our figure can be self-sustaining and carry everything on their person, especially if it leaves them hands-free. That's not always the case, but it's always good. In this case, you have to give Lowlight some grace because he is carrying the case that houses his sniper weapon, as you see that right there, and he's looking pretty good. He is, mostly molded in gray. His shirt underneath is a lighter color of that, and you see the red there on his right shoulder. Looks pretty good. I don't know if that's supposed to be symbolic or if it doesn't look like they're weapons of any kind. That's a design. So you've got that, and you can see what he's looking like. He's got grenades. They're painted green or molded green on his shoulder harness there. I just lost his weapon, which would be this. Now, keep in mind, he can carry the weapon on his backpack via the trigger guard, but it does sit loosely. So it may not have been meant for that, but that's what it's being used for in my instance. Let me move his arm out the way so you can see what I'm going on here. He's got a control pad of some kind stashed away there, and that is separate. That is an accessory, an official accessory. Pull it out, it fits snugly too. So you see that right there, pretty nice. So we do have that. And then of course on his other side there, he's got his blade in its sheath. That's nice as well. I'm going to take off remove his suitcase that carries his sniper weapon, because we want to play the, you know what time it is, the butterfly joint game. There goes his weapon again. But if I take off his backpack, he'll probably be able to rear further back. Yep, there you go. So he's real good. Look how far back he can rear. Let me turn profile so you see exactly what I'm talking about. He can rear back very well. Now, clap test. See how closely together you can get his arms. So, same deal like with Firefly. That's about the best you're going to get, which is cool. You know, that's cool because that means that he can basically get his arms basically almost fully down, 6 to 12 or 12 to 6 if you're going to go from shoulders to fingertips. So yeah, that's pretty good. And he's got all of the articulation you've come to expect from Classified. Head is on a dumbbell, neck is independent. The shades are also separate. That's an official accessory as well. Now, something about the shades I want to tell you guys. It's kind of a good thing that whenever we've seen Low Light, he's always wearing shades. He's, nighttime, a nighttime type of guy. I think he's got sensitivity to sunlight or something like that. But in terms of putting the shades on, you're not going to get them on. Well, you probably can get them on if you go from the top of his cap down to his eyes, but you run the risk of popping the lenses, of popping the whole, the whole visor thing. Best to pop off the head and go from the bottom on up, because it's easier. Either way, you're going to definitely stretch/stress the plastic. It gives a little, but it's easier if you go from the bottom than to try to go from the crown of the cap down. You're definitely running the risk of jacking your visors. So keep that in mind. His case that houses his sniper weapon can be opened. Let's see if I can do this. Yep, there we go. Opens nicely. I want you guys to see what it entails. Everything fits in nicely, and we'll start pulling stuff out a little at a time. It's the weapon itself, just molded in a kind of a dark grayish plastic. Very detailed, very nice. I'm going to set that down for right now. We also have, let's see if it'll come out. These are very small, so you're going to have to work them to get them out. We have the suppressor. What else can I get out on camera? Hopefully I can get it all out on camera. It'd be nice. So yeah, here we go. We've got the scope. Very nice. And finally, let's see if this will work. Yep. We've got the bipod. And here's the weapon fully assembled. Leaving you with my final thoughts and a nice little dio consisting of both Firefly having done his damage, as you can see, and Low Light about to fulfill his assignment and take out the mark, meaning he's been assigned to take out Firefly so that this won't happen again, this type of carnage. Anyway, you see, I like having fun with my figures. Play with them. You know what's up. Shout out to Rich Henney, Toys, Noise, and Action Figures. That's his slogan there. Anyhow, Firefly. Let's talk about him first. Definitely an upgrade from our previous iteration. Not that there was anything wrong with that, but it is an upgrade. We've got pinless joints, and we've got a more accurate accounting of the character, which is cool. His loadout is banging for real. And yeah, very nice figure. Very, very nice figure indeed. All the articulation you want. Self-sufficient in terms of being able to carry all of his gear. Yeah, there's nothing more I can say about that. In terms of low light, the same thing. I already spoke on the deal with his visor, his glasses, his shades. Be very careful when you apply those. And like me, unless I'm going to do some different types of photography, chances are they're on his face. They're going to be there to stay because that's how we know him to be anyway. The weapon, his sniper rifle, is just nice. The case that it comes in is great, and everything breaks apart just like a true sniper would have that case. He'd perch himself. He or she would perch themselves somewhere, open it up, and assemble their weapon. You could do the same thing with Lowlight's weapon as well. Self-sufficient again. He can carry everything. I've got his backpack on, and his other weapon is attached to the backpack. Once again, keep in mind that that peg for the backpack is not thick enough to hold the other weapon securely, so it will flap around and it will fall off. So just keep note of that. But he's got a control pad himself, or communication device, which he houses on his left thigh. He's got his service knife that's sheathed on his right thigh. Very, very nice figure. He also comes fully pinless. And yeah, just very, very nice. I am in love with Classified series, and they continue to hold me, to keep my attention. Anyway, speaking of keeping one's attention, I need you guys to pay attention to this. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video or dislike, whatever. The algorithm thrives off that, and in turn, the content creator, that would be me, would thrive off of it too, because likes allow the algorithm to determine if people want to see this type of content, and they will recommend it more. I need those recommendations. Yes, indeed. Comment below. What do you think of Firefly? What do you think of Lowlight? What do you think of the Twofer? What do you think of this Dio? What do you think of me? What do you think of the channel? Just tell me what you think. Questions, comments, concerns, let me have them. If you want to know when I upload another video, there's a notification bell down there as well. Hit that and you shall be notified. Once again, this is GI Reviews. I am the Ruckus, and I thank you guys for being here. Take care.